Level of Concern by 21 Pilots was just released, and if I'm not mistaken, Tyler Joseph is making a major play on the charts. I think this song is going to go big. I will explain what it's about and why. Hello, my quarantined friends. Apparently Tyler Joseph is quarantined too, because on April 5th he tweeted, "Always writing, but this one feels like it should just come out now. First song I ever wrote on electric guitar. I think it's simple but hopeful. Give me a few days to finish it up." And then he talks about how the pandemic that we're currently experiencing has hurt people who do like support and they crew for concerts, and how he wants a part of the proceeds to go to them. So we were all kind of wondering whether the song would be coronavirus themed, and then we saw just yesterday a post came out. The song was called Level of Concern. We saw from the artwork on the thumb drive. And now that the song is here and we have the lyrics, we know indeed that it is quarantine themed, and it's great. It's timely, it's perfect, it's fun. It's exactly the song that we needed in a lot of ways, and not just like the normal 21 Pilots fan base, but I think that this song has a lot of potential in the top 40 and on the radio. Number one, it's fun and vibin' and poppy. It's not too serious. It really reminds me a lot musically of a Half Alive song, and is probably going to end up being one of the less deep 21 Pilots songs, which hasn't kept them from getting on the charts in the past, but I think there is a definite opportunity here. Second, the song is coronavirus themed. It's what everybody's thinking about. So when one of the biggest pop acts in the entire world writes a song about coronavirus, essentially, you know that it's gonna get some attention. It's just writing headlines for all of the music blogs, myself included. And three, it's an encouraging message. It's got great music, it's timely, that's very fun. It's almost like the Valentine's Day song of coronavirus themed songs, which is a very small niche. There's not a lot of competition. And then fourth, a lot of other artists have been delaying albums, so there's not as much new music as there is usually, which I think means people need something happy too. So I think all of that makes the perfect storm for this song to kind of go really big. Let's take a look at some of the most important lyrics here. Verse 1, "Panic on the brain, world has gone insane, things are starting to get heavy. I can't help but think that I haven't felt this way since I asked you to go steady," which means it feels like he's either talking about his wife or about his fans or about Josh in this case. A lot of the Trench era has been focused on talking directly to the fans with less focus on the family in general, which was a much bigger theme in the self-titled era. And going steady usually refers to a romantic partnership, but it could also be kind of a tongue-in-cheek approach to asking fans to like my music or asking Josh to be in the band. But then the pre-chorus makes it feel a little bit more family and fans focused, wondering, would you be my little quarantine? Like, are we in this together? Digitally, that would be the fans. In person, that would be his family. In the chorus, "'Cause I told you my level of concern, but you walked by like you never heard, and you could bring down my level of concern, just need you to tell me we're all right, tell me we're okay." And honestly, with the last line of the pre-chorus, "or is this the way it ends?" makes it almost feel like it's about a relationship that's on the rocks. And Tyler has not written, to my knowledge, any songs that are about a fictional relationship, and I don't think that he's talking about his own relationship being in any kind of issue here. But there is a part of me that wonders if this isn't a tongue-in-cheek approach, kind of storytelling opportunity, just saying like, what about like a relationship that was happening during the coronavirus? And verse 2 kind of makes it feel more that way. "Panic on the brain, Michael's gone insane, Julie starts to make me nervous." Could be a reference to real people, it could just be anybody. If you have any thoughts on that, let me know. I don't really care what they would say. I'm asking you to stay in my bunker underneath the surface, which makes it feel even more like it's about a relationship between two people who are not yet married or in a family. Because you're not supposed to hang out with people who aren't in your family, but if you're asking like your romantic interest to come over, and let's admit tons of people are doing this, and to stay with you, then you're kind of going against some of the regulations, right? That's why I think he's saying, I don't really care what they would say. I'm asking you to stay. And so the post-chorus seems to be having kind of this double meaning. Tell me we're all right, tell me we're okay. You could bring down my level of concern, just need you to tell me we're all right. We're gonna be okay in light of the virus, and we're gonna be okay in light of our relationship. Like, us having to be separate for a while isn't going to ruin this relationship. Yeah, no one in their right mind would make a hands down theory 27 minutes after the song came out about what exactly it definitively is about. But I'm not just anybody. I'm the pop song professor, sometimes known as the top song professor. Okay, hold up, this is future Cliff. New research has come up, the story is breaking now. I was about to upload my video to YouTube and you've seen everything that I've said so far, but new stuff has come out. Kiss 107.1 Cincinnati has released on Twitter the actual behind the scenes story of this song and what it means. So I'm gonna delete some of the stuff I was just about to say. Even the top song professor must know when he is wrong. And we don't have confirmation on this yet. I'm just giving you guys the most recent, and I'm sure we'll know more about the truth in the future. Tyler's mom inspired him to write a song for their fans in this unprecedented moment in all our lives. He decided to write about the last time he felt this out of control. Think about him, what you know about him from his music. What would have been the time that he felt the most out of control? Well, it has to do with love. This virus has taken such a huge toll on everyone, and as a new dad now in lockdown, it makes him feel helpless. He chose to turn it into a love song about his wife. He compares this time of little control to that moment when he decided to commit to a life with Jenna, and that uneasy feeling of realizing that when you make that kind of commitment to someone else, you give up a good portion of control. It is no longer all about you, it's about us. So this song is about committing to her, and it really seems to be about asking her to marry him, to go steady. I mean, that's what he says, since I asked you to go steady, wondering would you be my little quarantine? And he's not just nervous about the virus, that's the backstory that a lot of people will immediately relate to when you hear a word like quarantine, but it's really for him about that beginning of his relationship, the committed part of his relationship with his wife. He says, wondering would you be my little quarantine, or is this the way it ends? When you ask a big question like that in a relationship, it can go one of a couple of ways. Yes or no. And he compares this level of concern that we all have concerning the virus to the level of concern he had when he was asking her if she would join him in his underground bunker and be his little quarantine. Cheesy as heck, but a great song. Okay, now you can go back to past Cliff. I've got 2 more 21 Pilots videos coming out soon. You can be in one if you comment below a 6-word description of a 21 Pilots song and then press enter, 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 and then give the name. It's gonna be a fun video. And then we've also got some interview videos with Tyler Joseph's dad coming out soon, so be sure to subscribe for that. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay safe and stay sane. I'll talk to you soon.